I'm from India, from a city called Chennai. I come from a Christian family. I was born and raised as a church-going kid. But like many other kids who grow up in Christian families, I always had this question, why should this God that they force me to go to church be real? Why can't my friend's God be real? Because growing in India, you have various religions. You have the Muslims, you have the Hindus, who are the majority, you have Sikhs, you have Jains and Buddhists, and the spectrum is broad. It was not until I was forced to reconsider my future, because I wanted to be a film director in the movies. And with my background in production, which could be audio and video, I was very keen on entering the films. But in India, growing up in an Orthodox Christian family, drama, theater, all the arts cut off. My granddad started an organization called the Maranatha Ministries in India, but I had to escape all of that because for me that was not my calling. Because without knowing if my God is true and real personally, how am I going to help somebody else? And with this sort of an understanding, I started my journey trying to run away. And it was in '97 that God became true in a place that I was cut off from family, cut off from the known, cut off from friends, with no identity of myself, because I've always grown up in the identity of my family in India, being an influential family. This is where my true identity started to surface. And I'm at a point where I can say, in Bible school, as I questioned God, as I spent time with God, reading the Bible, one particular incident comes to my mind. Being a film lover, movie buff as you would call it, I loved horror movies. And I used to make fun or tease my friends with the characters that were demonic in the movie. And one night, I remember going to bed, and just before that, we were cleaning the lake in the Bible school. The Bible school had a lake, and it was full of algae. And I was in the boat cleaning it up, and my friend, and England can have a bit of spooky places, you know. And I was telling my friend, my uncle Freddy Krueger, which is the character from Friday the 13th series, lives under this lake, and he's going to come and get you. My exact words. And he said, one day I wish he would come and get you, that you're always teasing. And we laughed it out, but we went away. That night I went to bed. I do not know the time at that moment, but I felt something crushing me on my chest. I couldn't breathe. I thought it was a dream. The air out of the room seemed to disappear. There was no oxygen. There was not enough oxygen. And I wanted to cry out, but I couldn't. And I wanted to put my hands on my chest, and I could feel something very hairy. And this was in Bible school, in the room. I remember opening my eyes, and I couldn't put a figure, but I saw this shape sit on me. And I got scared. And everything, it was almost like a snap. Everything, every character that I've been sharing, every character I've been teasing, the name started flashing. You wanted me, I'm here. Those words hit me. And I thought, wow, I wanted to say the name of Jesus, I couldn't. I wanted to cry for help, I couldn't. I looked to pick up my Bible, which also had the clock. I couldn't reach, I couldn't move. I looked at the clock and it was 3:13, as clear as that. 3:13 in the morning. I don't know, I must have cried. And within me, my spirit was saying, I'm sorry, I was just trying to play, I was just trying to be funny. But I said, if it means that I'm in this problem because of that, I won't ever. I'm never ever gonna watch these. I'm never ever gonna call on these names. The minute I said, Jesus, will you help me? it started to shift this weight on my chest, and I thought, I got it. It's Jesus. So I said, if you're true, God, I've read that you are more powerful than anything. If you take this weight off me, I will serve you forever because I know you're true. And at that instance, it was almost like it jerked. And when it jerked, I took the Bible quickly and put it on my chest. And just as I laid it there, it couldn't sit back with its entire weight on me again. And so it was constantly shifting. And I looked, my friends seemed to be praying. I was shouting their names through this entire episode. None of them could hear me. At that point, my entire life changed. And I woke up, I jumped out of bed, I grabbed a glass of water. One of my friends was praying, so I went up and sat just next to him, and I explained to him. He said, do you know what? I woke up from my sleep like someone was screaming my name out. I couldn't hear anything. And I just started praying in tongues and just praising God, asking Him to come into the room. When I got back to my bed, I thought, all this is a dream. I looked at the clock and it was 3:15. That was it, 2 minutes. But it seemed like an entire episode. And I got on top of my bed, and my shape was there, and it was wet with water. So I know that it was not something I dreamt of, and that literally changed my life. From the next day onwards, it was very directional what I wanted to do in life. I knew from that instance that none of it was being made of. And today I find myself, when I talk about God, I know His reality. When I talk about the demonic, I know the genuinity of it. But when I talk about freedom, I know it with all my heart about the authority that we have because of Jesus. And this is the freedom that I want to move with, teach people, show them that none of us can need to be enslaved in our lives. There is a way out of everything, anything. It could be the demonic, it could be sort of stress or depression, whatever it is this modern world wants to tag it with. We have a way out, and that is through Jesus. So I would love to be a person, a channel to show people this, and that is my calling today.